Speaking of innovation, I had a great conversation on the show with Brian Brooks, who's obviously blazing a trail and very focused on many of these issues as well. And the phrase he used, which I really liked, was essentially, we've got this leading reserve currency, but in this new world, like to maintain preeminence as a reserve currency, there are a lot of different things, but the currency needs more features. It's got to compete. Its utility value needs to compete. And there were features of old kinds of coins and notes and so on, but the features weren't that significant. Digital currency, wow, we're talking about real innovation in terms of the actual utility value of the unit of account itself. And what do you see as the breakthrough features? Like, what are the features that the dollar needs? What is it that digital currency brings that is transformative in that way?
Well, here's a really interesting observation, Jeremy. That the U.S. dollar itself, it takes its name from the Spanish dollar. And the reason why they use that name is because the Spanish dollar was considered the most technologically advanced currency of its time. And let me just go back in history. During the 16th and century, the 15th and 16th century exploration of the eastern coast of the New World, there were multiple currencies in use during that time. I'm sorry, I said it should be the 17th and 18th century. Right. There were multiple currencies in use during that time. There were British pounds, there were Dutch guilders, there were French francs. But the currency that traded at a premium, that was considered the most attractive, was the Spanish dollar. And the reason is it had technological superiority over the other currencies. One, it was minted with New World silver, which was more consistently pure than Old World silver, and therefore used less alloy, making it more consistently valuable, making it also lighter, whether in one's pocket or one's trunk. And the other thing is it was minted in such a way that it could be broken into 8 equal pieces, known as pieces of 8, making it fractionable. And fractionable meant it was more easily utilized without having to make change. Well, what are we facing in this COVID crisis? We don't have enough coins around, right, to make change. Well, if we had a digital dollar that was fractionizable, if the cost of a candy bar was 53 cents.
Yeah, USDC goes to 8 decimal places, so that's got some visibility, and on some chains that were launched on, it's 1/20th of a cent to transact with it.
So in history, we know that a technological advantage that one currency may have over another makes it more attractive in global trade. Yeah. Well, let's think about the dollar. If it remains in an analog form, as it currently is, and other countries and other economies develop a digital fractionalizable currency, how is the dollar going to continue to compete? It will continue to compete because it has other strengths, but are we willing to forego technological modernization, which goes back to my first point? We haven't modernized our rail systems. We haven't modernized our airports and our roads. Is that going to be the same attitude we take with our currency? And how long will we be a major global competitor if we don't have the courage and the gumption to say we need to modernize our currency with new technologies?